Oh, shit. You didn't see this one coming. I decided that, you know what, it's been a while, and I wanted to play a little bit more Dark Souls. Now, we are playing Dark Souls 2 Sins of the Scholar whatever edition, which I have not played before. I've owned it since it was released, and, well, that's not true. I did do a little bit of co-op recently. So I've done the first few bosses in the game. I know how some things have changed, but generally speaking, the vast majority of the game, I don't know what's different from the original Dark Souls 2. And I decided that I would give an attempt at making the Everlasting Night build, which I wanted to make forever ago. So we are going to be going for a... Is there anything over here? We are going to be going for a strength character. And he is going to be very bulky, very slow, very methodical. And the idea is we're going to be making a character that cannot die. And that's the plan. That's what I want to do. And it's been a while since I played Dark Souls. Consider this your holiday gift from me. We do have some very old, very loyal subscribers. My channel used to be based around this game. First it was World of Warcraft. Then it was Dark Souls for like a year and a half. And then we kind of transitioned into general Blizzard stuff. But you know what? We're back, at least for the time being, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's make our character, shall we?
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face.
Your face, woman.
The face of the curse.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
I have a name that I always use in MMOs, and for some reason a variation of this is always taken. But my tanks are usually called Ultima. So that will be his name. Welcome, Ultima, into the land of the souls.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
It doesn't make any sense. I've never understood that. That doesn't look anything like me. I have skin. Alright, I'm gonna make my character. And we'll jump right in. Alright, this is Ultima. He has a mustache, he has long hair, he has gray hair because I always do that for some reason. And we gave him some healing items because I'm probably gonna suck at this game and I'm gonna need the healing items. Select class, I didn't do that. So we want as much strength as possible. Strength is indicated by the flexing arm down at the bottom right. So it's gonna be warrior. Warrior's what, I mean, I feel like it should be knight because we're making an everlasting knight build. So what's the difference between warrior and knight? Knight has a bit more health, a little bit less strength, a little bit less dexterity, and one more faith. Yeah, it's about the same to me. Okay, I can't make a character this fat. Oh god, it's way too close to reality. All right, we're going with that. Let's jump in. Come on, let's go. Finalize creation. Let's get in here.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know.
That wasn't that funny.
Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Well, the idea is if I do this build right, I won't lose my souls over and over again. You old hag, stop laughing at me! Yeah, they're just so angry all the time. They're like the bully that's picking on you for no reason. For stuff you're gonna do when you're an adult. I bet you're gonna grow up to be an accountant. Come on, man. So upstairs, this chest used to be for like DLC items. I don't know what's in it now. I think it's just like, yeah, it's just a human effigy. So that's not very impressive. Looks like our starting weapon is a sword. So I probably should have gone with warrior, because at least with warrior we would have had a shield. We don't have one. Healing items, good, good, good. We have a lucky coin. Interesting. Okay, so there is a couple items back here. I did grab one already. There is one more. I do want to mention that I am going to be... Why are you blocking? Why? Why are you doing that? I do want to mention that I am going to be playing through this with the Steam controller. Why are you blocking? So, I mean, it's a little weird, but I wanted to get used to it. So this is my attempt at getting used to it. I don't know if blocking is a result of the Steam controller, like being weird. It's only when he's... It only seems to be when he's in that two-hand stance. Anyway, there's a guy over here we can kill. And it'll be a good indication of how much I suck at this video game. So, let's block our way over here, I guess. Hey, big guy. What you looking at? Okay, we do not deal a lot of damage, and we don't roll very fast. Got it. Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, we're not regenerating any stamina when I have my weapon two-handed for some reason. I really do need to look into that pretty quick. So we're just gonna try to poke this guy down before he kills me. You're a beautiful boy, though. Yes, you are. You're beautiful. Little baby boy, you gonna fall on your butt? Fall on your butt. Alright. I'm gonna poke at you. Let's do some heavy attacks in here. Oh, that was a good attack. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You're doing so good. Oh, he just clipped my face there a little bit. And again, oh, you're slapping my beautiful mustache. Why would you do that? Don't fall on me. Ugh. Okay. That worked out, I guess. Stone ring, what does that do? What does a stone ring do? The beveled ring of a gallant shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferocia, hits greatly reduce enemy poise. Well, that seems good. This effect may seem trivial, but for those who comprehend how critical it is to exploit a hole in the enemy's defense, the significance of the ring will be clear. Well, that sounds like a fantastic starting item. I don't believe that was always the starting item there. I'm pretty sure it was something else. I am going to be going through this relatively slow. I mean, I am I do want to experience the full game again. I'm not going to be speed running it. I'm going to be taking my time. I'm going to be collecting things because it's been a really long time since I've played a Souls game. When I did the 24-hour charity live stream, we raised $17,000 to help sick kids. We did play Dark Souls 1. It took me something like 5 hours to finish it, and I was going as fast as I could. I spent like an hour fighting Smo and Ornstein for some reason. Okay, so we can't level up here. We're going into the tutorial. Why is this constantly blocking? I'm gonna push every button on the controller. Here we go. Oh, I think that fixed it. No, we still appear to be blocking. There's like a symbol up at the top. You see what I'm saying? It's like a shield. Is that significant with our weapon here? Hold on. I think it is, and for the life of me, I don't know why it's doing it. Huh. Wonder if it's a key on the keyboard. Well, what would block be? I'm gonna spend a minute and figure this out. Be right back. It's the M key on the keyboard. The M key locks your guard. Look at this. M. Wow. That seems like a completely trivial thing that shouldn't exist. Okay, do I want to light all these? I have always enjoyed the torch mechanic in this game, although I've never understood the actual significance of what lighting all these things really does for me. We are gonna, I guess we'll just do the tutorial to get the extra items. I mean, it's not like I really need a refresher on the controls and shit, but, you know, we can come in here and we can light all these and we can feel good about ourselves. And there are, you know, a few items in here that are worth picking up. For instance, there's some invasion items that you can only get in here for a very significant part of the game. That's one of the things I'm glad they're changing in Dark Souls 3. They're making it so it no longer requires you to have a consumable item if you want a PvP. What a crazy concept. I guess there's always been ways around it, but... Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I wanted to PvP in Dark Souls 1, I will fully admit this right now to everybody. I used a fucking trainer and I duplicated PvP items. I was like, you know what, I want to fight people. I'm just gonna fight people, and that's what I did. That was a long time ago, though. I hope you don't judge me too harshly. I was young and naive back then. Come here, little man. Yeah, so I mean, there's not too much going on in here. I'll probably just skip this tutorial part. I'm gonna do it, but you guys don't have to come along on this journey with me. Well, this is the bird's nest. Forgot about this. You gonna talk to me?
You, give it me.
There.
Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Oh my god. Yes, you! Give us Silky! I could be a voice actor. Do I have any? I don't have anything to give him. Oh, and I totally messed up this part with the torch. I have to go back. Oh, look, this is so far. This is worth complaining about. There we go. Nailed it. So if you guys ever take a look at the Steam controller, it has buttons on the back. By default, the buttons on the back are A and X in Dark Souls, but you can actually go into your profile settings for each game and configure what the back button is. So I have my back button to be B now. My back right button is B. So I'm able to, like, I should, in theory, be able to move my camera around and run without having to use the claw technique that I always used, because the face buttons, like the YXAB buttons, are in, fuck me, I did it again, are in a significantly different spot than what you would be used to on like an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller. So like hitting B in the middle of a fight is actually a bit of a hindrance with the Steam controller. And I have to say, playing a shooter with it as well, I tried it a little bit in Fallout 4. Playing a shooter with it as well is just really really strange. It's like the touchpad. I don't quite have the sensitivity down for the touchpad, I think. I don't know. It's going to take some getting used to. Nailed it. Nailed it. Ouch. So there's only one cracked red eye orb in there now. I believe there were 3 in the game previously. In the original Dark Souls 2, I believe there were 3. So I believe this is all I'm able to do in the tutorial. There's one more little lantern here. And then there's those cursed lizards, or cursed frogs, in the other half of the tutorial. That's the area that would lead down to the sex change, coffin, and shit like that. But there's a statue in the way now. And we have to use the... What are they called? Oh, I can't remember the name of the item. Oh shit, this is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna remember it in like 5 minutes. It's the item that we use to free the statues, like the pyromancy chick and stuff like that. We need those items to finish the tutorial, which seems really, really strange. I'm not gonna lie, that seems really weird. As I mentioned, I have done just the starting part. I've killed the blue bosses over in the blue night area, and I've killed, you know, the pursuer and the giant, and that's all I've done in this game. So for the most part, it is going to be a blind experience as far as the changes go. But obviously, you know, I've beaten Dark Souls 2 a few times. We have made it to Majula Oblongata. That's always a cool moment. Always a cool moment. Let's see. What do I remember? If we drop down here, there's gonna be... I might have to turn the brightness down. I turned it up because YouTube usually makes videos significantly darker with their encoder. But it seems kind of crazy bright. There's some binoculars down here. Oh no, this is the cleric stuff. My bad. A morning star and a sacred chime. That's what we're going to use to cast miracles. And then binoculars right here. Really good if we were going to cast any spells at a long range. Still kind of undecided on the offensive aspects of this build. I think I just want to keep it to weapons. I don't think I want to have too many projectiles with it. You know, the Everlasting Knight, it just kind of survives through everything. It's not necessarily a build that'll be just straight up killing everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's a battle of attrition, I suppose is the best way of putting it. Over here, there is an NPC that we could talk to, get a little bit more backstory. He has a moonlight butterfly sword, though, which is pretty cool. I believe there's an item over here, which is why I came this way, though. Life gem, homeward bone, and yeah, this is the statue that blocks our way. I don't think there's anything else in here. Pretty sure there's not. Hello.
Have you business with me? The way yonder is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive.
There might be a good reason for that.
Just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real live person was turned to stone, do you?
I do a little bit, yeah.
See that statue? Gives me the willies.
Okay.
You stare.
Alright, let's head back to the main area here. Not going to use life gem or anything to get to full health, because we are very close to the bonfire. What I will do, though, is... Let's see, we already got the item here. I seem to recall an item being in the well. I believe it's an Estus Flash Shard, which is going to be pretty important. If you guys have never played Dark Souls before, Dark Souls 4 isn't quite out yet. I highly recommend you check out the games. They are just fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic games, especially the first one. I dedicated years of my life to that game. Part of the experience is starting out not knowing anything. Starting out in a world that is meant to oppress you, basically. Everything is meant to kill you, to challenge you. But then as you progress, you learn things and you commit them to memory, and the next time you come through, it's significantly easier. That's part of the experience of these games. Now that being said, I'm going to be pretty rusty. But if there's anything you guys would like to share with me about areas and things, I would like to know more about this game. While I did dedicate a ton of my life to Dark Souls 1, I never spent that amount of time in 2. I probably have several hundred hours in 2, don't get me wrong, but I have several thousand in Dark Souls 1. Right now I'm just taking the time to gather up all the items located around the city. Or I guess this isn't a city, it's just a little town. There's some homeward bones up here, and if we go down those stairs to the left, we can get a shield, I believe. Now, shields in the early game are not that impressive. There are some that require a pretty substantial amount of strength that will be able to block block all physical damage, and that's really what you want in the early game. Because every shield up until that point actually lets a little bit of the physical damage come through. So while, yes, you are mitigating damage quite effectively... Okay, I need to stop running with the B button. That's why we set it up. You are mitigating damage quite effectively. It's just not as good as it could be. So, Crimson Parma. I don't think I've ever actually used this shield. So it's a D in strength, and it's going to block 75% of physical damage, 40 of magical, 20 of fire, 45 of lightning, 45, what is that, hexes? I think? 30 poison, 25 blood, and 25 petrify, and 25 curse. That was detailed. That was a detailed overview of this shield. Yeah, it'll do. It'll do, I guess. Definitely not something we're gonna hang on to forever. Did I already get those homeward bones? No. Or did I? Did I go up here? Holy shit. I think I did. I did. Yeah. I thought there was 10 up there for some reason. So I've gone in there, We're good. Let's see, is there anything else? The blacksmith is to the left. There's a covenant we can join up top, which essentially in Dark Souls, if you don't know, is like a guild, basically. Each guild has their own theme. Each guild does different things. Some are oriented around the idea of PvP, invading the worlds of others, or coming to defend those that are invaded. And some are based around cooperation, going in, helping out in PvE, killing bosses, praising suns. All right. So this is the lady we need to talk to. Hello.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse. I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
An Estus flask.
Go on and see the king. He who made Dranglake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
Okay.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable, the four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
Alright, so we can use her to level up. We can use her to upgrade our Estus flasks, which is we do by finding the shards, like the one we found in the well. So there we go. Let's see what else she has to say.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Dranglake seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden.